Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. If you are new to my channel, then hello, my name's Libby and I upload videos twice a week. As today is a Friday, I am uploading another Disney/Florida themed video. I upload one of these videos every Friday, so if that interests you then please feel free to subscribe now. And today I thought we would do another video following last week's video when I uploaded my Disney Plus first impressions. If you haven't bought Disney Plus yet and want to know what to expect, then go check that video out. I'll leave it in the description if you're interested. But basically in it I just walked you through what my personal experience with Disney Plus is and what I thought about it and everything I was expecting from it. So if you're interested in any of that then please go check that out. But anyway, let's get on to today's video. So like I just said, this week's video is actually following on from last week's Disney Plus video, as I thought it'd be really good to talk a bit more about it because we are in isolation, so no one can actually go to Disney World at the moment. So I think it's kind of pointless for me to be solely focusing on just Disney World, as it's not particularly useful in this point in time. So I've decided to do another Disney Plus video, but next week there will be another Disney theme park video for you guys. So in today's video I thought I would give you a bit more of an insight in what's on Disney Plus and what films that I've been loving on Disney Plus. I'm just going to list you through my top 10 favourite films on Disney Plus, which aren't necessarily Disney Pixar or Disney cartoon films. These are live action films which were mainly made for Disney Channel, I believe, and they're just really good films. I would say they're more targeted towards adults or teenagers rather than children. Obviously all the films on Disney Plus are suitable for children, but I would say these films are mainly targeted towards an older audience, so it'll be perfect if you're watching this without children or just want something that's easy watching in the evening. I've been watching a ton of films like these while in isolation because, as I said, they're just so easy to put on and watch, and they really do keep my interest as well. They're such good films. So without further ado, I'm going to run you through 10 films which you probably didn't realise were on Disney Plus but are really worth a watch. So the first one I want to talk about is Cool Runnings, and when I saw this was on Disney Plus it made me so happy and brought back so many memories. I literally forgot it was even a film until I saw it on there when I first got Disney Plus, but I'm so happy that it's on there and it was one of the first things I watched when I got it. This is quite an old-fashioned film, which is why I think I love it as well. I just love the style in it. I think it's from the 90s and it's about a group of Jamaican boys who want to try and make it in the Olympics, but they're not having much success, so they decide to participate in the Winter Olympics instead and be a bobsled group, which is just a really interesting concept, trying to learn them bobsled while in Jamaica, and it's just loads of fun. And like I said, it brought back loads of memories for me and I really did enjoy it. So if you get the chance, please watch that film. The second film is another one which brought back a lot of memories, and this is the Princess Diaries. And if you love all these romantic films, then I definitely recommend watching one of these. I'm sure a lot of people know about the Princess Diaries. It was very popular in its time. It's just a lovely story about a girl who finds out that she's actually a princess and she gets turned into a princess, and it's a really nice story but a bit more realistic than normal Disney films, and such a fun watch, such a lovely watch. It would be really nice to watch if you're having a girls' night or you want to have a movie night with your sisters. It's a really great film to watch for that purpose. The third movie I want to recommend is one called Return to Oz, and I'm not gonna lie, this one used to scare me when I was a child. I had it on DVD and I remember I used to watch it a lot. But this story is another version of The Wizard of Oz. I think originally The Wizard of Oz has 21 different books, I think, and this is one of them, which is Return to Oz, and it's a very similar story to The Wizard of Oz but a little bit darker, like I said. And as I did mention, it is quite freaky and creepy, so I wouldn't recommend watching this with younger children as it might scare them a little bit, but I really do enjoy this story and I love watching it. If you do like stuff that's a bit more creepy and intense, then I would definitely recommend this film. My fourth film on Disney Plus is Turner and Hooch, and I don't think this was actually made as a Disney film originally. However, Disney must have bought over the rights to it, I guess, because now it's able to be accessed on Disney Plus, so they must own it. And this is a really lovely story. If you love dog films, I would definitely recommend watching this. Again, it's a bit old school, but it's a really lovely film about a policeman who ends up having to live with a dog, and he's not very keen on dogs and he ends up loving it, and it's just a story about their relationship and they're trying to solve a crime at the same time, and it's just a really good watch. It is a bit sad at times, I'm just going to warn you, but the ending is really lovely, and if you love dog films I would definitely recommend watching this one. The fifth film I want to recommend is Saving Mr. Banks, which actually hasn't been out for that long, but I don't think it was as popular as they were expecting it to be when it originally came out, but it still is a really great film. It's a really good movie to watch, especially if you love learning stuff about Disney and love documentaries about Disney and everything like that, as I do. It's based on a true story of the lady who originally wrote Mary Poppins, and when Walt Disney decided to turn it into a movie, she helped with making it, and she was really picky, but it's because all the characters in Mary Poppins related to someone in her life, and it just explains the story on a much deeper level and adds a lot more to it. It's also got someone playing the character Walt Disney in the film, which is really lovely to watch as well, as I personally just love learning all stuff about him too, so that's definitely worth worth a watch if you love all things Disney and love learning history about films and production and all stuff like that. It's got everything like that in this film. The 6th film I want to recommend on Disney Plus is The Greatest Game Ever Played, and I just want to say I literally had never heard about this film before. Callum actually made me watch this when we first got Disney Plus, but I absolutely loved it and I thought that it deserved a place in this video, so I thought I'd bring it up now. This is a film about the origins of golf and how it first came about, and I didn't even know this, but golf used to only be for gentlemen and for the rich, and the film is basically about a boy who's actually played by Shia LaBeouf, and he actually begins as a caddy and then works his way up into being a really good golfer, and it's just a really lovely film, a really great family film, and I personally really enjoyed it. Again, it's a really great film to watch if you love learning about history, as it shows you a lot about the olden days and what used to happen in the past, and I just really enjoyed watching it even though it was very different from what I usually watch. The next film I want to talk about is actually another movie that Shia LaBeouf stars in, and this is Holes, and this is a great film. I actually read the book Holes in my English class when I was at school, and then we ended up watching this film and I just thought it was such a great film. It's one of those films that jumps back and forth between different periods of time and everything doesn't make sense until the very end, and I just really love films like that. It keeps you thinking and keeps you interested all the way through. It's basically again about this boy who has some really bad luck and he ends up getting put in juvie for something that wasn't his fault, and this particular jail is in the desert, and every day they have the task to dig a hole 6 foot wide by 6 foot deep, and they don't know why they have to do it, but there is actually a reason why they're digging a hole in the desert every day. So it's a really interesting story and I really enjoy watching it. I made Callum watch it when it first came on and I think he really enjoyed it as well, so if that film interests you at all then definitely give it a watch. The 8th film I want to recommend is probably one of my most favourite films. Whenever I see it ever and remember it's a thing, I make sure to put it on because it's just such a great film, and this is The Pacifier. I think this originally aired on Disney Channel, but honestly it's such a great film and I love it to pieces. This film stars Vin Diesel and he's actually playing a babysitter in this film, and he actually starts off as an army man and then he goes to babysit for this family, and it's just basically about him adapting and learning to do different things which obviously he's never done before, and Vin Diesel was obviously the perfect character to play for this role because he's obviously usually so stern and strong, and he had to act out a different personality for this role. But it's honestly such a good film. Yet again, another family favourite. Everyone would love it. You can easily watch this on a movie night and I would definitely recommend it. My 9th film I want to recommend to you is yet again probably something that you've all heard of before, and this is The Parent Trap, and I actually prefer the newer Parent Trap to the older Parent Trap, but I know people prefer different ones. They're both on Disney Plus, so you can choose whatever one you want. They're both the same storyline, it's just whatever era you would prefer. I think the main reason I prefer the newer one is because it's got Lindsay Lohan as the star, but it's a great film either way. And this is basically a film about twins who were separated at birth, and one went to live with the mother and one went to live with the father, and then they meet again at camp, and it's about them basically meeting each other and deciding to switch lives with each other and go to the separate parents. So they meet their mum or their dad for the first time and pretend to be each other, and it's just a really fun film, a really lovely film as well. And the 10th film I want to recommend is, I'm not sure whether this one is very popular, whether a lot of people know about this film, but they should do because it's absolutely amazing. And this is a film called Cheaper by the Dozen, and they actually have 2 Cheaper by the Dozen films. They've got the original and then they made a second version as well, obviously different stories but all the same characters, and they're both as good as each other, I would personally say, and I think that's really hard to come by. I don't think normally the second film is better than the first one or just as good. These are honestly just as good as one another and I love them. I usually watch them one straight after another because they're just that great. But these films are basically about a family who have 12 children. Yep, you heard me right, they've got 12 children, and the first film is about them moving house, and then the second film is about them going on vacation to a lake. And again, they're just both really good family films. They're really funny and they're really light-hearted, but also are able to keep your interest at the same time. They've got a lot of stars in there, so throughout the film I'm normally picking people out because they've just got so many good characters in, and by far this is my top film to watch. Like I said, I'm not sure if many people heard about it. I know personally a lot of people I know have never watched it before, but I don't know if it's popular to other people or was popular once upon a time. But if not, then definitely sieve that out on Disney Plus. It's such a great film. That's all I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I wanted to try and focus on live action Disney films that were different, that people wouldn't straight away go to when buying Disney Plus. I wanted to give you some different films that you maybe might not even heard of before. So I hope I did that justice, and there is a few films on there that you haven't heard of and can give a go. Honestly, I would watch all of these films if they were on. They're so easy to watch and they're so great in their own ways. I hope I gave you a bit of a selection as well of different kinds of films that I did recommend. Creepier ones and then more light-hearted ones, more girly ones, more family ones. So hopefully there's something on there for everyone. As you can see, I'm already in my Twilight Tower of Terror jumper. So you know what I'm going to be doing after this video. Literally putting one of these films on and just sitting in my bed watching it probably for the rest of the day, because that is what the majority of my quarantine days are looking like at the minute. If you did enjoy this video, then please let me know by giving it a like, and please leave me a comment in the description of what films you've been loving on Disney Plus and what I should watch, because there is still so much for me to go through on this channel. Also let me know if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this in the future. I can make loads if you want to on different topics, different kinds of films, different series to watch, as like I said, there's just so much on Disney Plus at the minute and there's only going to be more being added. Also, if you want to see more from me in the future, then please subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. As I said at the beginning of this video, I am currently uploading twice a week. On a Monday, I upload either a fashion, beauty or lifestyle video, and on a Friday, I upload a Disney/Florida inspired video. And also, as I previously said, next week it's going to be a Disney Parks video, so make sure you don't miss that one out. I also got a new blog post going up on the same day as this video, which is relating to my best queuing rides video, which I uploaded a couple weeks ago. I've written a whole blog post on that which goes into detail of even more attractions which have really good queuing and theming throughout all 4 Disney parks. It's really worth a read, especially if you're planning to go to Walt Disney World sometime very soon. It's definitely worth looking at. There's also loads of different blog posts in there as well, so I'll leave that all in the description for you guys as well if you're interested at all. But apart from that, that's all I've got to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please stay safe and look after yourself, and I will see you all very soon on Monday's video. Bye!